All right, so series finale of Force. Um, Man, it starts off the funeral of JB. Took a long time to get that funeral, didn't it? Man, that picture of JB on that guitar made me bust out laughing. I don't know why, but he was on there. I was like, why did they use that picture at the funeral? I was in tears. But this was really Kate's scene. We've known Kate for a while in the Power Universe, but her growth, her development with the Force series has been really, really cool. And even though she wasn't like a main vocal point of it, but she's so intertwined with Tommy, you kind of had to include Kate at some point in the series, especially in a series that was a very Tommy focused series. But she had a lot of development, and this scene was probably her best scene out of all the Power Universe. This was her best scene. It Force was. It started really slow. Season two, it heated up. Three, it kind of it gained momentum, but when it got cooking, it gets cooking on Force. Um, it was definitely a powerful scene for Kate, breakout scene for her. The acting she did in that scene was amazing. Now, here's another note: Robert Townsend directed this last episode of Force, and you can really see a lot of Robert Townsend's style in this. If you're familiar with Robert Townsend's directorial style, it had a very 90s direction, and that's not a bad thing. I think it felt a little bit more movie esque than the other episodes by his directing style. It just felt bigger. I think for the series finale, it needed to feel a little bit bigger. It needed to feel movie esque, if you will, and I think Robert Townsend did a great job. This might have been one of the best directed episodes in the Power universe. If you really compare this off of this directing and getting the performance out of a lot of different actors, I think Robert Townsend did an excellent job of getting the best performance out of not only the main cast but even sub characters. Really, really getting that the best performance out of everybody, and that's a credit to the actor, also credit to the director, and so shout out to Robert Townsend. And so then, of course, Jannard is there. He is waiting to light Tommy up, but Tommy called in a favor. The police department is there. They can't shoot, so they dip out. We begin to slowly see the dismantling of CBI. They're tired of taking the losses. They're tired of taking the L's. It's the same old typical when Jannard had the power and he was on the stuff. It's the same situation. It's like almost a revolving door with Jannard. And so, Homeboy, who was the mole, he was really down with Jannard. He truly was, but he got tired of Jannard, and he didn't betray him out of this to be a grimy guy. It's Jannard kept messing everything over. Jannard's biggest issue is him. He had really people loyal to him. He pops dude. He's like, listen, he peep game out. Now Jannard may be a junkie and all this other stuff. He ain't stupid. And Jannard peeps game out, pops him in the head, finds out the reason why. Pop he was right. He was been working with Chauncey, and so he eliminates the mole. They don't have no inside man. They don't know what Jannard's move is. Tommy's like, hey man, won't you go over there? His weakness is not the needle, it's you. And so she goes there and tries to woo the Jannard. And to the naked eye, you would have thought it worked, but both people was peeping each other's game out. And so Jannard tries to throw in a setup. Tommy get quotes Kane and say, every truth, wherever there's a lie, there's a little bit of truth in there. So he gives a little, throwback to Kane. Now, when you watch the episode, when I watched it this morning, it did have the promotion for Power Origin. We do know that's the next installment of the Power franchise, and this is going to be given the origins of Ghost and Tommy. And so we already have the origins of Kanan, but we're now going to get the origins of Tommy, which I believe Raising Kanan will lead into Power Origins. That's what I believe in. Now, credit to Raising Kanan. That is the only other spinoff. Um, I think that's the longest one at this point. I think it rivals Ghost with Tyreek. Force only did 3 seasons, and so it was a quick series, but a lot happened in that series, and I think Tommy needed a breathing series by himself. And so we do know we get an origin, so I think that's why that line was in there as a little, nod to we're about to be seeing, more about that origin story. Because there was a lot of nods throughout this season to their upbringing that we have never seen, but Tommy was alluding to throughout this season. So I think that was purposeful to drop those little nuggets to make people's mouths water for Power Origin. And then we see Vic, man, he is in witness protection. He is in the middle of nowhere. Okay, can't find Vic if you wanted to, and so he's melting down. He's hearing about Diamond has died, and Vic is feeling like I failed. Vic is feeling like he's going through an emotional breakdown. His girlfriend's trying to be there for him, but it's no avail. Same thing about D-Mac's girl. She's trying to be there for him, but he's just emotionally broken. Losing his dad really shifted D-Mac. It's made D-Mac a different person. And sometimes losing key people in your life can do that to you. And we're seeing that with D-Mac and what he's going through. And so D-Mac pays for his girl's college tuition. She's like, I want no blood money. He said, this ain't blood money. This is money. I sold some stuff, and I want to bless you because I know you're going to be there. And she's trying to get him to go to college, and D-Mac won't leave the street life alone. Che calls a meeting with Tommy, and it's a pool, and he says, there's one thing about it. There's somebody been here causing mess, and he got here, and we're going to come together. The cartels are now merging. And so that means the CBI has no plug. Their cartel's merging with Che. And so that goes their plug. So they're really messed over. Che pulls the gun out, aims it at Tommy, turns it up, and tells Tommy to get him, and he kills Noriega. All right? So that eliminates that issue. So the new DA is now been caught red-handed working with the cartel. You got Brooks' husband. He is over there trying to blackmail my man, and so he goes in there. And he says, "Listen, you're gonna get Tommy to confess that he killed my wife, and then we're gonna put the cuffs on him, and then we're good, and I'll leave you alone." So they're negotiating. This thing is crazy. So he comes in there and meets with Tommy. Man, old dude pops him. He pops him. He shoots him dead in the head. He tells Tommy, "Listen, go. I'm gonna work." So I don't know if this relationship between him and Tommy had got to him way before old dude came and said, "Hey, when he comes to you, be ready." But Tommy was really 3 or 4 steps ahead of the game on this. We're seeing that Tommy's always been a Rambuska's guy, but I think being in Chicago, and I think a little bit of Diamond. I think Diamond and Ghost helped Tommy on better strategy. And I shout out to them. And so we're getting to the climax and getting to that third act of the show, and things are heating up. There's definitely a showdown that is brewing. The setup is in place, but Miguel's like, "Listen, I hear you, but we ain't got enough people. We don't have enough soldiers." So Tommy's like, "I'm gonna call in a favor." Now everyone thought it was Tyreek because of the post-credit scene in Ghost, and that's who he was talking to in the post-credit scene in Ghost. It was Tommy. Tommy's the one that called him, and so we just see it from Tommy's vantage point of the conversation. And so you kind of fill in the blanks. It's like he's definitely Tyreek. By the way, he said, "I didn't know this number still worked," and you add in Tyreek's dialogue and Tommy's, it syncs up perfectly. And so they go out to the shootout. Jannard's people think they got the advantage because there's only so many people they have. They know the numbers. They know they have a number game on them. Tyreek comes out there, man, on some John Wick. 3 shots to the head real quick. Pop, pop, pop. And, he got his crew. Remember, Tyreek is not Tyreek of that when last time Tommy seen him. Tyreek is now boss level. And you really see the growth of where he's at. You really see that he is truly fully submerged into the game. And Tyreek's like a hybrid of Tommy, Kanan, and Ghost. He's like a mix of all three. Tyreek really might be the most dangerous person in the Power universe. Like, legitimately, Tyreek might be the most dangerous person. He's cold, he's calculating, he's clever. He knows he's dangerous. He has certain people that are extremely loyal to him. Tyreek's dangerous. And so he helps Tommy out, gets Tommy out that deal. And they're chilling. Jannard's people are leaving him. They're like, "Yo, we never really had a beef with the white boy. We was making money with the white boy. That was you and your brother." And they basically like, "Hey, man, this your battle, and we out. We trying to make our money." So they go inside and flip with Tommy. coalition is back in full force, but this time it's with Chauncey, Tommy, and Miguel. And so they even Miguel and Tommy kind of make a notion like, would you ever thought we'd be partners? Like, the oddness of it. And so we finally get to see the coalition back. It's looking good. Rick peeks out game, tells Tommy, said, hey man, I need help in New York. And I know my Uncle Tommy don't leave money on the table. Tommy's like, man, I do want to see my kids, walk the streets that I grew up on. They laugh at each other, and then a big rich town plays. And one of the key words that Tom Reed uses is legacy. Now we've heard rumors that in the next series is going to be Power Legacy, and so I think that is now building towards Power Legacy. So in the beginning we got the promotion for Power Origin, at the end we get the promotion for Power Legacy. So definitely there's another franchise series, and Tyreek and Tommy's story are going to continue together, and it looks like Tommy's going back to New York. And what type of trouble can Tommy get with this new Tyreek? This ain't the same Tyreek he met in the original franchise, man. Tyreek is now on another level, and he has an infrastructure there, and he needs help. And why not use Tommy? I think he's seen how Tommy's running things and seeing what Tommy can do, and I think Tyreek wants to take advantage of that. And then also now that gives him a plug now in Chicago. So now Tyreek really could run two cities at one time. And this could be something huge, man. So we're going to see what's going to happen with Power Legacy and Power Origin. Overall, Force was a great show, a great series. I kind of hate that it was kind of short in 3 seasons, but if we're going to get Power Legacy out of this, I'm down for it. All right, this is my recap, my review. Peace.